Quick fire, quick fire.
Oh shit!
Melee, you're slightly behind.
Come from?
I saw the illusion.
Goop and Mark follow the aura. You have to make it there. Nice. Watch orbs, orbs, orbs.
Can we just try
First
one
dispels?
where we stack blood real quick, where we don't even...
What was that heal? Okay. Sang and Boomy here.
We can certainly try.
Backflip stasis.
Don't dispel.
Yeah, do not dispel.
Are we gonna have enough
Last
cooldowns
platform.
for both though?
Yeah, we will.
If a melee and a range get the portals, there it's
Okay,
kind of
so
messed up
when he
and you won't get
charges,
it in
it
silence
always
right now. So just
the beam always
understand.
goes
If
like
you don't get it in
centered
silence,
over
maybe go
Taka.
Yeah,
So depending
portals
on
are
where
interesting.
Taka is,
Remember,
you know, I'm gonna
remember
run
what
to
we're doing
mid.
this time?
It could be on
Once the
kinda
boss moves
left or
melee,
right
you follow
of
the boss
mid,
unless they're like
depending
super
on,
high,
you know,
and
where
we're
the
just gonna
beam
ring
is.
them,
So
and the range are gonna finish them.
during
Let dots
when the
stick.
charge is coming, I'll call it out obviously, but you're looking for Moon. Follow Moon. Try to group up as much as you can on Moon.
We're talking for phase 3, right? Or are we
No, we're
talking
talking
about
right now. Right now, yep.
Boss is fine there.
Yeah, so again,
Okay, blast
just in
these ads,
case
guys.
people weren't paying attention,
What is
for
it?
the
I don't
the
know, but just
charge,
fucking figure it
we're not
out.
gonna
Just
do
fucking.
webs.
All right, go on the boss melee. Go boss melee.
Oh, Lucian, he'll set Liquid, but you're not gonna do it.
Yep.
We're just gonna group up. You look for Moon. It's gonna be somewhere in mid, on one side or the other, kind of mid, depending on where the charge is. We're just gonna stack. Use a personal, and be grouped for hills. Let's see if we can just live it that way. If it's
Okay.
easier.
That's sick.
Rems, get the first AMZ for
We're
this
gonna
one.
try the
If we actually
cheese.
Make it through and we go to another, I'll use AMC for that one.
We're gonna
But you can
try the
figure out that. Alright, cool.
cheese.
Making sure we
The
got AMC covered.
cheesiest.
Excellent. Yeah, make sure you're in the MZ.
We're gonna try the cheese.
Big early.
Dude.
Dallas.
Dude.
We're gonna say just fuck the mechanics and fucking send it, bro.
Do we not have them go back right? Because like that's probably why he ran into it. I guess.
No, I just was concerned about actually getting it far, but I
Left.
should have remembered that it makes the gate
I
close.
mean, worst
That's
thing, like you
unfortunate for me.
can just go at the end and like die to the blow up your.
You got Spike here, kill that.
Get ready for the charge, guys. Get ready.
Fuck it, just forget
Charge
about
is
that.
coming.
We are insanely consistent right now. Just forget that ever happened and just go again.
I have thought.
Okay, we're on this side. Get the Moon. Group up.
I'm in the moon.
I don't remember.
We live.
We live.
Forgot already.
Melee,
Okay.
melee, never for
That
the
hurts
rest
a
of
lot.
fucking
That's
progression
bad
run over an
for
acolyte
circles.
essence. Like you know when they're dying. Do not do it.
This is pretty healing intensive if we do it that way.
I got it.
Maybe that's what the healers want. Maybe they're just like, yeah, just let us fucking heal this shit, dude. Stop making excuses and just let us hard heal this puppy.
Like, let's say
That
you're not
makes
assigned to take an essence. If you have one, does it actually like?
It says
Reassign.
take portal and zero.
Tell it, take it really early. Like the essence
yeah,
itself.
so-
The back spiked.
Well,
Charge
wait, what
coming.
are you asking, Bubba? Are you talking about the weak aura to take the portal, or are you talking about the weak aura
No, if
to?
you have an essence and you're not assigned to, because like, if you have
Wait, which
Yeah,
which
it's
which
fine.
aura?
the backup, the one that tells you to take the.
Using
Yep.
bear
This one has
health.
And
Look at that
scatter.
criticals early this time, but I waited even longer, but it's kind of sketchy.
It just checks.
Okay,
if you're
this is
holding
this
it
is
at
actually
circles,
viable.
Come right after that.
the notes or anything.
This is actually kind of viable.
I think we can do it.
All right, wait,
The
just to
countdown
be
like a
clear,
portal.
Bubba, are you talking about this weak aura?
Fuck doing the mechanics.
This week aura,
I'm
I know it
down.
was
I'm
zero
down
melee
the
to go,
clown,
so
bro.
we're not
second before range,
so much.
and then range. Obviously, range
Yeah,
taking a second
okay.
after melee,
Yeah.
and then the essences take it 0.5 seconds after range.
Okay,
And it's all
so-
based on the channel of frothing
See if
button.
we can do it, so.
So what might have happened?
Nice.
now
We're
is
just
he picked
saying
up
fuck the
essence.
mechanics,
Well, wouldn't it
which
have told- let me see
frankly,
what that was.
true.
No, the weak aura was first.
Yeah, after the first
Make sure to get it
one.
left, and then I saw the timer of it ticking down, and I was more concerned about getting it left, and I forgot that it actually makes the thing destabilize.
Closer to the wall, but not right against it. Or the
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Just right after the charge burst goes off, we just need a scatter. Because those green circles are coming.
Yeah, it all sets. The second one's not like that. We get green circles and then.
Vlad was still alive. I should have turtled. I thought I was the last one alive.
If we don't stun him the right way, could you
Probably
still
not.
take the extra damage? Because that's kind of big, isn't it? I mean, at least for the first two phases.
That's a good point. I don't know if we do or not. If we lose out on that.
Yeah,
out.
I have no idea how much we're gonna lose out though.
Yeah, the 2 damage amps are when you web him, and then when you get them to spell.
It's true. By not doing the mechanic, we do miss out on the damage amp.
We're certain we don't get the damage buff if we don't web him.
Yeah, 100 piece.
I don't know. That's what I was asking. I don't know.
Giga certain.
Yeah, if we don't get that, we should probably web him in P1 and do that in P3.
I mean, we're just gonna continue to DPS them if we're not moving. So I think, I mean, it's whatever. It's okay. I'll just
Well,
party if everyone-
four people move, you know, for the first phase. Okay.
If we don't need it, we don't. I mean, it's fine. We can try it without and see if we get to enrage. If we get to enrage, then we start webbing again.
It's a lot of extra damage if we don't web though. I don't really expect us to have the cooldowns if we don't web him each time.
I mean, they're 3-minute cooldowns. They'll be back up when phase 3.
Yeah, the intermission alone will make it so they're available again.
So like right now, with us doing webs, we're at a 20% success rate for all of our pools. So this just makes us, you know, progress through the fight faster and potentially, like, I don't know the difference between the damage, whether or not the damage is even going to matter. So we haven't even seen that part. But
So,
Well,
what's the plan?
let's try to web him in P1. If we keep fucking it up, and then I guess we'll try that and just see if we still have the damage. But let's web him for P1.
Okay. Full timer.
Do the mechanic has been called. Doing the mechanics has been called. L for mechanic haters. W for mechanic lovers.
Something to live.
Spread. Big alien 3, 2, 1. W live.
Yeah, W live.
3, 2, 1 now. Pot if you haven't. Blast boss.
Adds in.
And
Kill him.
oh, we're fucked.
Just go next.
Disjoint is back. Welcome back.
People are late to start.
Bring it in. Range kill.
We're gonna kill
Can we
this
just ban
boss
that? I mean,
tonight,
you
by
just
the
put-
way. It's
what
gonna
is late start
definitely
with?
happen.
Groups charge coming.
There's no way it doesn't.
Ruin our perks.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
it was a ranged DPS evoker. It just makes it so hard for me to put my pork.
Like, this shit is happening.
You just had to put your port on
I don't know.
star.
Damage
They have
amp,
to, they have to put it on
see
star. They wipe us, right?
It's just it's just sometimes pork can be finicky.
Ow.
Like, try to put it like right in the middle of the player.
You don't have to put it right there. Just
pre-position.
put it right on star. We have them put it on star. If they miss star, we wipe. They just don't miss star.
Yeah.
You pre-position back there, like, right, Goop? Like, you pre-position to the right of range, so like it's just a far jump.
Spawn
'cause you
those
can get any
freaking
movement.
Just
ads.
spike in the back range.
Nice, working the night shifts.
Just hover diff.
Kill
Hover
ads.
over there.
That was actually what I did when I worked at that call center I talked about sometimes.
Hans, I stand
I
by
was
what you
on
said
the 3:30 to 11 shift.
I'll take him after the.
I was on the 3:30 to 11 p.m. shift.
Okay, charge.
This is
Web
fine every
groups.
time, so you can move and cast.
I am fighting in real life the next melee that walks over an acolyte essence in the last days. And
Which isn't even entirely accurate.
But I'll fight. It has to happen.
No, you haven't missed anything good. We've just been getting reps on this boss. We've been figuring out some stuff. Like, apparently, it is possible to out-heal and survive the charge if we don't do the web mechanic. But if we do that, then we miss out on the damage amp that comes from doing that mechanic. Basically,
Alright, we'll try it again.
we save ourselves the annoyance of having to do the mechanic at the cost of a lot more required healing and less damage on the boss. So that's not awesome. And that's why the raid leader was like, we're going to go back to doing the mechanic. But now that we're doing the mechanic, you know, we got to do the mechanic. And since I'm no longer on the doing the mechanics team, that's great for my enjoyment of the boss fight. But we are still dying. The mechanics teams need more practice. which I would do. If I was still doing mechanics, I know for a fact I would need more practice too. And as for Liquid, they're just grinding along. They haven't gotten close to a kill from what I've seen.
What was that?
They're just grinding
Second
along.
Not having it.
It's looking like we do both. We web and then stack, so that 80% of the time when we don't get.
Well,
web
I'm
interface,
assuming the healers aren't going to use all
well,
the
let's just do
cooldowns if we're
both.
not planning on it, right?
I know, but let's do both. What's the difference?
We just can't mess. We just can't keep messing it up. Like I'm assuming I haven't watched it on Mythic, but I'm assuming we certainly wouldn't be able to not do them on Mythic. I mean, that's a long ways away, but
We have to do even more webs on Mythic.
7 out of 8 on Mythic. So yeah.
No, that's super cute, Disjoint. Take your time. As a fan of dinosaurs myself, I'm curious to see.
Everyone out, put the fucking piece. Everyone just hovered out.
Star was a little
everybody
bit
just
early
saved
there,
the dive.
right? Or maybe I'm crazy.
That is a fucking W class. Was it early?
Only I can look. Maybe no.
Fucking Reneko's in the healer room.
Must
web
be fun
groups
to
are
play
just,
Freestance.
you know, buddying up way before the charge. You guys should be buddied up by each other. Have your web picked out. Be standing close to it, like you know, right after the ads are done.
And you know, Disjoint,
So you're in
I've
good
done my
position,
share
you know
of
which web
cold
you're
calls in
using.
my time, which aren't fun, by the way. And if I had someone ask me that, I would definitely say yes to talking about dinosaurs. Because there would be a way that I could have that conversation and look to my boss like I was still working.
Get ads in here. Come quick.
That's really what it comes down to. Can I still look like I'm working if I do this? And if the answer is yes, then let's do it.
Jesus, we can't keep having spikes either, guys.
Yeah, that's too many spikes.
Charging. Move.
It's too many spikes, folks.
You guys broke it.
Yep.
Spread.
Ooh.
Well, I'm about to die.
But yeah, it looked like you guys were trying to figure out which sides to go to. Just designate one goes.
You have a fucking world market down? What?
Anyway, yep.
It's okay. We had the same issues doing Laradar, where Laradar required a very specific cooperation mechanic on Mythic, and we just had to get our reps in until we got it done. Nothing to say. I muted Liquid because I figured there might be some raid commentary. No? We just going again? I'm for that. I'm voting for that, by the way.
So I'd suggest, you know, one person is always like on the left side of the room, which would be yellow, one on the right, which is orange. And then in case we get turned, you got purple and green to reference.
There's a fuse down on the side of the right.
I love having a portable alchemy bench. Laradar with a D. This SOB right here. You had to have a chain of 3 players from the seed in the middle to spray the burn zones away on Mythic, which was extra diabolical because you could literally ignore that mechanic on Heroic. We literally never did that on Heroic and never had to.
Spread.
But on Mythic, there was no getting around it. So that's why when our raid leader said, you know, I bet on Mythic we're going to have to do this mechanic. We should just learn it now so we can do it on Mythic. He's right. He's being a smart guy.
Got some spikes in there as well.
Charging. Move.
There's one web. There's two webs. It's looking good. Big smiles for everyone, including me. Hooray! We didn't die. We're living. He was less of a wall than any boss that came after him, but he definitely required the most coordination of the first 6 bosses in Amir Drasil. Fuck me, dude. I should have turtled.
Or a spike, I mean.
Fuck me.
Get ads in, kill him.
Specifically because of that 3-person hose mechanic.
Guys coming.
Spread.
And every boss from then on, of course, was a wall in their own way. Like with Smolderon, you had to get familiar with using the macro to not get killed by the floating orbs.
Nope.
Sick.
Both teams.
And then on Tendril, of course, you had the seeds. You had to do the seeds correctly or the raid was over instantly. And I never saw Mythic Farak, but I bet he was a fucking wall too. But that was the nice thing about the Dragonflight raids. The first 6 bosses were pretty much gimmies. It was always the last 3 that were the hardest. And now with the War Within, they've kind of shifted that to the first 4 bosses are gimmies, and the last 4 are the hardest. And I'm not saying that's not better. That is probably a better way to do it, but it was nice to have 6 bosses that were demonstrably easier than the last 3. Because as hard as Laradar and Nimue and the Council of Dreams were, they were definitely not as hard as Smolderon or Tendril. Like, not even close. And they were still pretty hard. They were still pretty hard. The only one that wasn't hard was Gnarlroot. One of the easiest first bosses they ever did. It does seem like it's time for a 90-second ad break, but I'm going to see if I can push that back to keep this poll going. I've snoozed the automatic ad break.
That's
and I'm not running one because we're mid poll, damn it. We're mid poll. And for all I know, this could be the one. This could be the urn. So.
Debuffs, call it out when you're good.
Teleports in 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's going in. Dispel.
I accidentally
Vlad, get a Taka. Gotta go to Taka, Vlad. You have the debuff.
Nope. He's not gonna do it.
Vlad, you gotta get a Taka. You have the debuff. There you go.
Alright, he did it. Shut the fuck up, me. Good job, Vlad. I was like, dude, he's a warrior. No shot he's gonna run in there. But he did. There was a shot.
We're gonna be getting webs here in a second.
Break these quick.
Break these quick has been called.
Hats are up.
You got an angel.
Got spike.
Not a great sign.
He's gonna be teleporting in 5 seconds.
That's not a good sign.
Where do I need to take this from?
The Taka.
Special coming.
I don't know where that is.
The skinny boss.
Chaos is in. Chaos is in.
See, even that guy was like, who the fuck's Taka? Nobody sees Skyne Spinner Takaj and thinks, oh yeah, that's Taka. Why are we going with that?
My bad. That's the first time I've gotten it. My bad.
Hit him with the my bad. Me too, brother. I will also hit them with the my bad.
Make sure there's no one else there. You know, get
The
make
most
sure you're
polite
closest
way
to
to fuck
her,
up in
another
World
player
of
that
Warcraft. You hit him with the
for
my
this world.
bad.
Alright, my bad. That's the first time I've gotten it. So.
Yep.
But like so many bosses, we
Alright,
just need the
Going
reps.
to
We just
take
need
our break.
reps. We're
So
gonna take our
from
break
up
now,
5,
but we need reps.
Fresh, come back ready to kill this shit.
All right, fair enough, boss man. Well, and just like the raid on Tuesday, we will not be having our usual kitty break here. One, because it's only been 90 minutes, and two, because it's not enough time to let the kitties in, have a fun little kitty break, feed them, and then get everything locked back down. And as I said at the start of the stream, I fed them a double meal before the stream started to make sure they'd be good and squared away. So for this break time, I'm going to activate the Liquid Raid audio.
Left side first thing. Bait the beam though, so it doesn't.
So we're going to be hearing Race to World first, Liquid audio. I'm going to put up
Do not bait the
an
beam
ad
on the center.
break.
Nice.
I'm going to run an ad
Getting
break.
sucked ranged. Melee, you're getting sucked next.
And I'm going to
Melee's
put
on the
up
left side.
break
You're
time.
getting sucked in 3.
And this break's
2,
going to be just
1
for me.
now.
Just a sweet
In
little
range side,
cozy
we almost
break for
always
me
skip.
to get my head right, to stay in raiding mode.
Good. Click. Both sides exactly sync.
There'll be
Good
time
job.
enough for a kitty break when the raid is done. But
Impact
these
and
4
Daze will be
minutes are mine, fam. And I will be right back.
1. Let's now. Watch the beam. Suck on the Acolyte side in 3, 2, 1 now. Melee side, you're getting sucked next.
kick top right, kick top right.
Res Riku as well.
Don't take till after.
Yeah, no.
Okay, getting sucked melee. 3, 2, 1. Take now, Riku.
My body fell off the road,
Good.
I guess. No.
Range, finish the Acolytes. Getting sucked range. 3, 2, 1 now. Good. Click the sides. Nice. We were perfectly synced as well. Goop and Malarkus just follow the aura. Don't get hit by orbs here. Watch the people with debuffs too, because they usually take a tick. We usually only have to do 1 dispel here. Get kicks. Watch orbs. Get kicks. When Sang and Boomy go through, do not dispel them. Get kicks. Orbs are gone.
So
Make sure Boomy gets there in time.
Kind of like we don't have FanDuel.
Are there any free externals available this phase or no?
Can give you a
Yes.
TD if you
You
need
can-
it.
we-
I need rebuff.
Yeah, rebuff Riku.
Casinos have apps. So the prop bet.
Okay,
They're not
yeah.
free, but it's you should use it for
Cowboys
now if you
win
need.
and CD
It
is.
were
We
99
won't get a
and half
condemnation by
yards
then though. It
per
is
game,
the one on the
right?
poll is free for the
Yeah,
first infest.
96
It'll be
yards
up.
at half.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think
Just
you
give
end
him
up
fucking
with?
Dazer Sack and Nix time dial. Fuck
No,
it.
no, just need 1.
Fuck you,
Just on
buddy.
the first infest here.
Fucking
Yeah.
Remember
yards in
melee?
the
Remember
second half.
positions for this?
So if you got the prop bet,
And
at
remember,
plus
guys,
40,
Dude,
Nick
you know, you're
Nick
just
is
like, hey,
ringing.
Cowboys win, CD Lamb
Yeah,
catches,
Oh,
a
sorry.
pass or two, whatever. And
Yips is
golden.
ringing. Melee
The
move only
entire
when there's a
second
purple
half, that
circle on you.
motherfucker
AoE now.
Gets 2 yards.
AoE.
2
And pull off the right
yards.
side.
Oh my god. It's
Nice.
right.
Just put a ring. Melee leave.
And I looked at it and I was just like, God, you know, these things they're always such a prop bet, but
Okay,
you know, he
good.
got
Remember
the
melee, go
argument, I was
left
like,
with
they're gonna be
lines.
throwing to him
Someone
tonight, you
spawned
know,
in front of
he's
you,
getting his
unlucky.
contract, they want to keep him happy. But I was like, hey, you
Okay.
know what? The Giants are gonna double team him too.
Yep.
They know that we're
Pre-spread for
fast.
portals.
So I was just like,
And
I'm not
melee,
gonna-
you're just doing the lines over there.
I'd be so irate.
Ranged hit square if possible.
Don't pick up the cages.
Res mark. Now. Doesn't he get one of these first
very
things?
far.
Which one are you getting, Mark? Which one?
Moon.
Someone else get it.
The
I don't know.
rightmost
got it.
one.
It's fine. Take portal. Spread out. Spread out. Res heavy. Res heavy.
Dead. I dropped
Res heavy.
over
Res
here.
heavy. Just don't,
Finds in a
guys.
bit of
Do
a
not,
tough
do
spot.
not touch the acolyte
good.
essence. Do not touch the acolyte essence. It's fine there. Good. Make sure the boss is in the right position here. Should be the same as P1. No changes. Melee move only when you see a purple circle. Good. We're blasting these ads. Make sure they're bound. They're not bound. Bind is dead. It's fine. Just put the ring down. Just fucking AoE them because no mark. Shackles are in 3
Personal
seconds. You can take the gate to the left. Use the rally and Aura Mastery now. All personals. Send them left. Go left, guys. Go left. Nice. Now
So you get
blast.
the part
Now pull the boss over to the left too. Do not touch the Acolyte Essence on the ground. Okay, watch lines on the ground. The condemnations are getting cleaved. Hellstone. Finish the far Acolyte range. X. And get kicks.
Finish the far shackle.
Yeah.
Shackle here,
It's
kill it.
melee, kill the shackle. Range, kill the far Acolyte. Range, kill the far Acolyte. They'll kill it in time. It's fine. Everyone get ready to go to your spots. Go to the range one, Dranako. Yep.
Someone needs to back up the one I'm pinging.
On Skull.
Wait, I'm
It's-
not
it's
Skull.
not time.
I swear on the thing I was in Skull.
It's okay. Keep
Someone
going.
needs to back up.
Alright.
Just pick everyone. Make sure we have one all of them. Nice. Go in. Go.
Drop them on the ping.
Oh, you're already here.
Drop them on the ping. Drop them on the ping. Royal
Re-up
Condemnations.
my
Go far. Go far.
beverages.
Just use anything here. Any personals, externals, anything. Keep going.
5, 4, 3.
Pop,
And that
pop,
countdown
Go,
means
repot.
Don't hit the boss.
Yeah,
Oh,
kill
there's
the
a-
the break
condemnations,
has
yeah.
ended.
I'm gonna drop these far.
I'm in my seat. I'm on time. I'm
Finish the
hydrated. I'm
shackles.
locked
He
in.
died. Just make sure we get any kind of CC on these ads.
I'm locked the hell in. Are they gonna say anything? Are we going to say anything? Damn, this shit looks cool. I've not had a chance to watch too much of P3. It is funny how they've got the arachnophobia mode on, so the acolyte.
Rally or Mastery and just Zephyr, plus.
Well, the first thing I want to do is have an
what we
actual kitty
sacked
break,
and,
but we will be doing Mythic
sacked
Plus
them.
next.
One of them didn't
but
have
the only
sack.
reason
Who
why
were
we
the three people
didn't
that
kitty
got it?
break
No,
there
they both had it.
was because I
Just
wanted to
additional
make sure I was
multiple
ready for the
frames.
poll.
Well, I'm just looking at the
And
externals
the
ones right
poll
here.
will continue without me,
Yeah,
and my
I'm
consolation
sad.
prize will be the sweet, sweet babies. So let's once again adjust the vibes. I'm actually having some people send me DMs and be like, hey, why'd you leave? And it's like, I didn't leave. But yes, if I cannot raid, then I will at least take some solace in the fact that I will be missed, and I will comfort myself literally with sweet babies. Please, God, I need you, babies. Yeremi. Can you believe what just happened? Can you believe what just happened to me? I got sat live on twitch.tv/the Deacons. Your boy got sat. Kind of makes me sad. How are you feeling? How you feeling, honey? You looking at yourself in OBS? Yeremi's so erudite. She loves being comfy. She loves being cozy. heck was that? Are your siblings making crazy noises? Are they acting out because they too wish to be held? We can do something about that. Was that you, little lightning? Was that you, Athos the Swift? Was that you, my lipless lightning? Was that you, intrepid Athos, making all that noise? You always act so stoic and so stolid. When I pick you up, you're all like, oh, I don't really like it. But you want me to tell them your secret that they don't know? You want me to embarrass you and tell them your secret? I will. Yeah, that's Yeremi's. She was already being held. She already got her turn. But already she wants another one. But they don't know that you're the neediest of all. Where are you going? Yes, Athos' secret, Athos the Swift, Athos the Lightning. Out of all four of the Musketeers, only one of them will actually sit at my door and mew to try and get my attention. And it's not Yeremi's. You might think it's Yeremi's because she's the one that's always mewing when you can hear someone mewing in the background. But when it's somebody mewing at my closed door, Yeremi's definitely doesn't have to be about you. Okay, fine. I will hold you while I tell them the story. It's actually Athos at my door, mewing her little heart out to try and get my attention. It's not this one. She waits until the door's open. She waits until her siblings are getting attention. And then she mews. She saves her voice. But it's Athos the Swift that most hates to be locked out of the stream room, that most misses hanging out with the streamer, that will scratch at my door and mew in a way none of the other Musketeers do. Only Athos does that. And you wouldn't know it by how stoic and stolid she behaves when I have her in my arms. Not like little Yeremi's here, who's just having the time of her life. My sweet little baby. She loves it. But whenever I pick up Athos, if you look in OBS, if you look at the camera, she's kind of like, but if you could feel her in your arms, you would feel her purring. She puts on a tough exterior, but she's as much of a cuddle bug as any of them. And speaking of cuddle bugs, I think D'Artagnan knows she's my favorite. She's done this thing now where after I end the stream and I let all the babies in and we have a bunch of kitty playtime and I go and put out their last meal so I can close my door and get ready for bed, D'Artagnan has learned that she can linger. And so she will linger inside while her siblings all run out after the food bowl. And so after the door closes, she gets me all to herself for a little bit of extra cuddle time. funny because she's a more aggressive cuddle than Aramis. Aramis just likes to relax, but D'Artagnan kind of likes to roll around and have a little bit of fun. You have anything you want to say, D'Artagnan? You have anything you want to say? No, not you, Aramis. Your sister. My little princess. Okay. Okay. Let's get these babies some honest to goodness food. Because even with the double feeding I gave them, they're still behind on the day. They usually eat a certain amount a day, and they haven't eaten their usual amount. So they're probably hungry. So we're gonna do that real quick. Let's cycle back to the liquid boys while I do that.
It's first placement, by the way, we've been getting sketchy with it.
Dude, W. Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Fuck you,
Okay.
Scott.
Let's feed these babies.
Oh,
I taunted back insta, man. Insta. But
Dude.
why?
Nick stood up when he said that.
it's because I was in cat form, man.
He didn't even look over.
You're sick.
I'm gonna fucking blow up. Oh my god.
It's the shifted cat that's the problem, I think. It's like it.
Which waves now?
Sketchy.
Oh shit. Press him. Dodge lines.
Else what's happening?
Flag.
Fade away.
you're
Fade away
blocking,
from the
probably.
markers.
Probably LBY.
The hot fixing,
No lag
the
on my end.
druid fetching. Oh, that's
Right.
what it was, yeah.
Achievement.
Oh, achievements.
Second pop's coming up. And hard dodges, watch the waves. Watch lines now. And liquefy in 3, 2, 1.
Jesus Christ. Home.
We are in the
Get
hole.
out and get in. Get the roots. Break us out and then dodging lines. If you didn't get a toxin, be on the right side. Breaking roots in 3, 2, 1. And then dodging webs into soaks. Oh, where did my
Boom.
hammer go? Oh, that is good.
It went right there.
Boom.
I have recently had that epiphany
Take it again.
where, like,
Boom, boom.
for the longest time, I would associate the mewing while I was feeding them as like pleading or whining, make the food faster, etc. But I realized that what it actually is cheers of exuberance. Because I know when they're mewing to complain, it does sound different. They make a different kind of mew when I'm actually opening the food, like a little chorus. And I think they are screaming for joy. They're overjoyed that more food is on the way, and they can't even contain themselves. They have to cry out, "Yes! Yes! Oh my god, food, it's coming. I can't wait." To which I say, yeah, I should bring that same energy to the food that I eat. I think that's what's happening. That's what I choose to believe. I'm a little bit tapped out on the Race to World First stuff at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do while I try and find me a Grim Batal, because if I had my Grim Batal trinket, brother, I wouldn't have gotten sat for that boss, I'll tell you that for free. If I had my Grim Batal trinket, I'd still be in that raid, I'll tell you what. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep smashing Grimbatal and get my fucking trinket. Please, God, it's gotta happen. I'll even do this too. Fuck it. I'm so down bad. I want to do a Grimbatal 2 right this fucking second. Just get me in there. I don't give a crap. Actually, a 4 would be pretty fun. Let's just fucking get it. And while we're getting it, we've got a backlog of stuff to watch, starting with the guy I always start out with.
Arun Brown?
Who?
Arun Brown?
Yeah, one of my favorite political comedians, R.M. Brown.
Hey everybody, hi.
Whoa.
Whoa, what the?
Look at this. Oh my god, has a beard ever looked this bad before? I'm looking at this thing in the monitor right now. A little splotchy ass shit. A little patchy ass looking bullshit. Oh,
It's
shit,
okay.
looking like a kindergartner finger.
The beard
painted
looks
it on.
fine. You just gotta
Well,
trim it
try.
trim it a little bit
You
on
know
the
what?
sides.
Let LeDron James do the rest of the show. I can't
Shape
be
it a
looking
bit.
like
It'll
this
be
on camera.
fine.
Okay, I could take this from here. Okay, this is LeDron James' big moment here taking over the show. What did that guy say that Margot Robbie had to go to the bathroom or whatever? What's the guy's name? Ben David? Oh man, I am very unprepared for this, okay? Okay, I'm panicking. I'm having a straight up meltdown panic attack.
Okay, LeDron, shh, take it easy.
Gotta play it
Take it
cool.
easy, start over, take a breath, and then try again, LeDron, okay?
Okay, come on, LeDron, you got this. Oh God, I can't do it. Oh my God, I'm having another meltdown. I'm having a panic attack. We'll go to person of the day.
Okay, LeDron, calm down. Look, just say what's in your heart, LeDron.
Yes, Disjoint. I saw you liked my post on X the Everything app, because that's what really frustrates me. They know that we like the dinars, and they were just like, yeah, but we're not gonna do that. We're just not gonna do that. Like, oh, so I guess it's strictly speaking more fun to just farm the same Mythic Plus over and over again. That's what we're going for, huh? Because like you don't have to do that, but like, you know, if I had my bitch trinket, my damage would be a lot better. That's all I'm saying. I'm only saying that. And Blizzard's like, yeah, you're gonna have that fun. You're gonna have that fun. Where is it?
At gunpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good
Get in
advice.
there.
Okay. Oh, hey
Yes.
guys, have you noticed that with Italian people, everything's a question? You know, they're like, "Hey, what am I, an asshole or something?"
Okay, now what is that? LeDron James, that's like an Eddie Murphy bit from like 30 years ago.
Oh my God, you're right. My brain is just cycling through things from the past and it's just bringing them up. I'm panicking, man. I'm panicking. Oh, this is a disaster. I'm never gonna recover from this one. My career's over.
Okay, well there he is, Ladreezy with an absolute another one.
And he's saying,
I may just never come back.
Focus in on this, please. New segment alert. We got a new segment. This is something that I came up with. It's a little something that I came up with my creative mind, you know. I kind of have a creative mind that's always cycling ideas. Joe Rogan talks about this. There's just so many ideas. Ooh. You know, David Lynch talks about this with the transcendental meditation. All these ideas. Ooh. And I came up with this amazing idea. It's called New Rules.
oh, you mean just like Bill Maher's new rules?
Are we live? Why don't you tell me? New rule, okay? New rule, okay? New rule.
He's just literally doing the Bill Maher bit.
Say this again.
New rule. If you're gonna make, what is it? If you're gonna make Oreo flavored Coke, make it taste like Oreos. Just like everyone else, I waited in a line outside of the gas station to try the new Oreo flavored Coke. I'm like a hype beast, but for disgusting drinks.
I have
and
not
foods,
tried that,
this
and
thing
I do
tastes
not
nothing
intend
like,
to.
This thing tastes nothing like an Oreo.
Oh my God, he's absolutely ripping the Coca-Cola company. A new one. This is how it's stoned right here. Hold on, I'm gonna take notes on this comedy right here.
Okay, is he done? We'll be right back.
This independent app researcher posted that X, formerly known as Twitter,
Never
will
heard of
be
it.
removing their current block button. This means if an account you've blocked is public,
That's actually
you can still
not
be shown
permitted
posts from it.
under
On
the
flip
App
side,
Store
if you
rules,
have
by
a
the
public
way.
account, people you've blocked from seeing your posts would soon be able to see them anyway,
Oh, okay.
unless you move your entire account to private.
Okay, what is this? What is the guy's name?
Hold on, I can't read it.
Oh, Musk. The guy's name is Musk. He's known for his infamous quote, his now infamous quote, which is,
I'm a perfectly stable individual.
okay. Okay, let's look at the original post about this. What does this say? Oh, this is from today. Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, this is breaking news from
Breaking
today. Breaking
news.
news alert. Breaking. X is about to remove the current block button, meaning that if an account is public, their post will be visible to the blocked user as well. Who said that? Oh, some
Great.
guy. Oh, whoa! He's got a blue check.
He's got a blue
that's
check
another
mark,
alert.
so he's got to be cool.
Blue check alert. And then in response, Elon Musk asks a very interesting question. He asks,
You think Margot Robbie takes a dump?
okay, hey, shut up, Patrick Bet-David. Oh, okay, sorry, I got that wrong. Elon Musk says, high time this happened. The block function will block that account from engaging with, but not block seeing public post.
Nice, so you can still stalk people like a psycho.
Okay, so anyway, this guy's name is Elon Musk. He is our foremost top genius. If you
Yeah.
do not show him
He's
respect,
the
I will
richest,
get you.
smartest
I will
man
get
on
your
the
ass with
planet
one of
if you
these
believe certain people.
and several of these.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Any questions on that?
But what the hell is he gonna do?
Oh, you can still block people, but they can still see your posts. And again, like
Great.
I was saying, he's a genius. Remember when I was saying that?
Boom, 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 boom.
Remember that? He's a genius, so there's an outpouring of support for this. Check the comments here. Oh, there's
Let's
a
check the
crypto ad.
comments here.
Ooh, whoa! Okay, I was not aware of it, that crypto was doing that. It's going up or something. Crypto's going like this. Okay, sorry. Okay, so these are all blue check people, and blue check means you like Elon Musk.
Elon,
I
bruv,
think.
that
I
ruins
think
the
that
point
is
of
what a
blocking
blue check means.
someone.
But we don't want this. Elon, that ruins the point of blocking someone. SMH. SMH?
SMH.
Whoa!
He's
Hey.
shaking his head, bro.
She spit on him. What's this guy say? With respect. With respect, sir. With all due respect. I think this is a bad idea. There are
That's
many
like
reasons somebody
grovel.
may not want to see blah, blah, blah. You get it. Whoa, this guy's got... What does a gold check mean? A gold check means...
Women are throwing themselves at me.
I agree. The crypt block button solves 99% of the problem. Okay. Wall Street Silver, I would imagine that's a huge
Damn,
Elon
Wall
Musk
Street
fan.
Silver isn't
I
on
don't want
board
the
for
creeps that
this?
block seeing my posts. This person says if you took a poll, it would never pass. This is not good at all. Take it back. I said take it back. He's a genius.
Take it
Why are
back.
you obsessed with this blocking thing? Literally nobody wants this. This is a pure money grab. Oh, that's a Bitcoin guy right there. That's a bit.
Wow, that's a Bitcoin guy
right there.
saying that.
Worst idea ever. Hey, whoa, shut up. This is a terrible change. Okay, come
Oh
on.
no, they're really taking
got
it to our
something
boy
positive in
Elon Musk.
Oh wow, great. So the Musk
Poor
guys are very excited about this.
Elon.
Outpouring of support for this one.
People are going like this. And then you're not gonna believe this. They go like this. God. But also, Elon Musk did his homework. This was actually tried by Twitter before, and it went really well. Check this out. This is from TechCrunch.
I wouldn't doubt it,
Why are
disjoint.
they
I
crunching
wouldn't
it?
doubt
Hey,
it.
Shut up. Okay, this is from 11 years ago. What does this say? Twitter
Damn.
reverts changes to blocking functionality after strong negative user
Twitter's been around
feedback.
too long.
Hey, those people need to shut the hell up. Oh, there was an update to this. Twitter has reverted the changes to blocking functionality that made earlier today. This happened in one day. After the changes,
For
an
one
outpouring
day.
of negative user feedback appeared on Twitter, blogs, and other
Blogs.
services.
Remember
we hear Twitter
blogs?
executives began
We used to have a
hashing this
great
out in
time.
the internal discussions and blah blah blah, and no one cares. So there you go. That's some pretty good historical evidence there too that people love this. You know, they did it and then they went back in one day. It's because people loved it so much that they.
They went back. Where is it? They went back.
For one day.
Instantly changed it back.
Activists say the move could cause serious issues for transgender Texans who may have other documentation that lists their preferred gender. If the gender on their driver's license or state ID doesn't align with those documents, advocates fear it could cause problems with things like opening a bank account, getting a new apartment, or potentially even voting. Why?
I'm Jenny Lee. The
Oh,
ACLU.
wait. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Jenny. My name is
John James.
Really
The
fucked up
ACLU
how
of
they just want to
Texas
make
calls a
trans
new
folks'
DPS
lives worse for no
policy
reason.
Unconstitutional.
Never heard of it.
LGBTQIA+ advocacy groups discovered from an internal memo today that DPS will no longer accept court orders to change gender markers on driver's licenses. Ash Hall with ACLU of Texas says they're looking into
Like,
how many state
it's a
and federal
minority
laws
of a
DPS is
minority.
violating. Hall
A
told
lot.
KVU back in 2022,
You're bullying,
Texas
like,
Attorney General
1,000
Ken
people
Paxton
total.
asked
It's
DPS
really
to
fucked up.
compile a list of individuals who changed their gender on their Texas driver's licenses.
Okay, is this a tech check story? Yes, it is. It involves email.
We're doing
hey,
a check.
Hey, it counts. Okay, so what the hell is this? Oh yeah, in Texas.
In the great state of Texas.
You're in the
In the
great
free state of
We like to ask.
Texas.
You think Margot Robbie takes a dump?
Shut up, man. Hey, shut up, Patrick. So this is in the great state of Texas, where there's some guy in the Texas government, some weird guy,
hopefully I'm
he's
fine
doing
here.
some little
Yeah, I'm
dumbass
fine.
bullshit to harass and to make the lives harder of transgender people by what is this stupid thing? You can't change the gender on your driver's license.
Great idea, man.
Wow. Yeah, really
Fantastic
doing some
idea.
great work. Making lives of people who already have a very challenging life even harder.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Christian, by the way.
But there's an update on this story. Oh, this happened like a month ago, and there's an update. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that this is going very well. And the story
Yeah.
that I'm about to read is gonna
Yeah,
confirm
why
that.
wouldn't it be going well?
Okay, this is from KUT in Austin, Texas. Part of the policy change, this is just from a couple days ago. Part of the policy change involved the agency setting up an internal email address. Ooh, whoa, that sounds very technical. Employees were instructed to email this address anytime an individual uses a court order to request an update to the sex listed on the driver's license. The policy change was a major blow for transgender Texans who want their identification documents to match their gender identity. Okay, great. So they set up this email so that people
Exactly,
could,
disjoint.
report
Why are we
these
doing so
people,
much
and
violence to
people are
these
just trying
people?
live
There's
their
no
lives, and
reason
what
for
happened?
it.
In response, the agency released more than 700 pages of emails. It appears just one of the emails was an internal communication noting an employee had received a request, blah, 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 blah. The rest, more than 80 messages, were from people critical of the policy change, including
Whoops.
hundreds of pages that look like spam. The address received emails from Queer Me Now, a gay pornography blog, and Love Honey, a
Hell
British
yeah.
company that sells adult toys and lingerie. And it goes like this. A half dozen emails were just copies of the B-movie script. Several
Nice.
sent the same
Good
message,
movie.
reading, "You are an abomination." Whoa, hey!
Whoa, that's harsh.
Take it back, man.
Hey,
In
man.
many of the messages, she spit on them. Okay, this one's a little confusing here. Another was filled with racist slurs. Okay, that
Oh,
person's
fine,
a little-
yeah.
It's kind of
It's
a
a bit
mixed up
aggressive
person.
for a public
But
email.
several of the emails did ask a legitimate question, which is,
You think Margot Robbie takes a dump?
one email had the subject line, "All cowboys are gay."
Every single person on this planet is gay.
All cowboys are gay. The body read, "What I said." Okay, that's just a funny email format right there.
Yeah.
You already read it, what I have
Good
to say.
email.
Well, that sounds like that's going great. Wait, hold on a second. Well, what was the lady's name?
I'm Jenny Lee.
Right.
The ACLU of
Whoa,
Texas.
hey! Jenny, okay, I forgot. Hey, I forgot your name. It's Jenny Lee, okay. Can I talk too? Can I go like this? Too?
I'm a perfectly stable individual.
Okay, you need to know that too. There's a part that kind of stuck out to me in Jenny. What the hell is her name again?
I'm Jenny Lee.
Right, sorry. There's a part that stuck out to me in her report here. It's this part right here.
Back in 2022, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton
Never heard
asked
of him.
DPS to compile a list of individuals who changed their gender on their Texas driver's licenses.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. What does this guy say in the comments here? What does this goddamn guy right here say in the comments? This is evil, ignorant, disgusting, and dangerous. This guy's the absolute worst. He needs to do his job as DA and prosecute criminals, not attack citizens.
Wow.
Hey, whoa.
That guy's
so,
pretty
This is a
smart.
very clear, absurd case of like, yeah, maybe these people in positions of power don't know what the hell they are doing. Maybe they're a little crazy. Maybe they don't have
Maybe
our
a little
best interests
stupid.
in mind here. You know, and they're creating lists of people who shouldn't be on lists. You know, and then you get a story like this.
Why? Telegram CEO Pavel Durov broke his silence after being arrested in France at the end of August. For background, French authorities took
Never heard of
Pavel
him.
into custody August 28th on charges related to illegal activities on the app.
I mean, this idea that he
Right.
wasn't cooperative, I think, is going to be what needs to be proven for people to not see this as some kind of effort to end Telegram, which is an app used frequently by activists. It's not
So yeah, this is a Bobby Brie that I was watching. That's what I call these kind of channels that have like two opposing points of view. I call them Bobby Bries. So anyway, I was watching this Bobby Brie, and they're talking about the Telegram guy getting arrested, and you could kind of hear like a suspicious tone in the story from both of them, actually. And you know, look, I'm kind of stupid, and I don't really know all the legal details of this legal case against the Telegram guy. But the suspicion already is like, are they going to throw out the baby of like activists and normal people with the bathwater of criminals? You know, are they going to be spying on people who are trying to do something that's actually positive?
And it's important to note that
I'll be the
this
judge of that.
is an encrypted communications app.
Right.
It's a place for people to send messages without someone spying on them. I think it's far less about them trying to find criminals and far
Right.
more about the fact that they see this kind of encrypted messaging service as a threat to power, especially government and corporate power, and that's why it's become a target. And so,
you know, I think this is fair. You know, you have these governments that people don't really trust. You know, they're kind of suspicious who they're actually serving, and then they're like, hey, we need to check in there. We need to check in there, see what your little asses are up to. People do rightly get suspicious about what they're really up to and who they're really serving and all this stuff. You know, in other words, people are asking the question, why? Thank you, Stephen. People might be in those encrypted chats asking the hard questions like,
You think Margot Robbie...
you know what? I'm going to put a link to a podcast that I'm a fan of that's going to cover this in the next couple of weeks in a little more detail than I'm too short attention span to go into, so whatever. Check the link below if you want to do that.
The phone book. It's got literally everyone's phone number, but it's only for the people in your area. Luckily, it's a relic of the past because today we have the internet, where every phone book ever has been consolidated into one website, whitepages.com. And for just $19.99, I can have access to this database. Leonardo DiCaprio, Elon Musk, Dixie D'Amelio.
What?
Never heard of her? Already called in. We're literally friends now.
Leave her
Today I'm
alone.
calling 100 of these celebrities to warn them about this website and tell them how to get their numbers off of it so they don't get hacked.
Because,
What the hell?
I call those celebrities, you little pervert, you. Ooh, I like that guy's little...
Well, disjoint. I happen to be of the mind personally that it is not ignorance, but deliberate malice and seeking of power. I think them not knowing how to do their jobs is deliberate. I think it's done maliciously because in many instances, at least here in the USA, if you're elected to a position kind of at any level, right? At the local level, at the state level, at the federal level, you kind of get like, I'm not going to say a get out of jail free card, but like you get a buff that the rest of us don't get to have. So I think that's literally all it is. Now these people recognize that if I'm elected into this position, oh, okay, yeah. If you were being facetious, then yes, because like that's the thing. I hate that I'm always ragging on democracy on this stream, but you know, kind of one of the problems with democracy is you get things like sometimes people get voted in that it's dangerous to have voted in. And especially when you deliberately set up a elite political class, like in the letter of the law, then all it takes is a few of those folks to get into power and then begin to help get their friends into power when it's just basically a legalized cartel at that point. Like, you know, we love to assign words like terrorism and cartel and all these things to the stuff we don't like. A lot of the stuff that we do like operates in a similar way. You know, police aren't so different from the mafia. They're just legal. We're allowed to have police. We're not allowed to have mafias, even though they're very, very similar. And so I think fundamentally my problem is that I don't really have ambition. I don't want power. I don't want to be a fucking disgusting freak that wields power over other people. But as I learned a long time ago, and I'm always reminded, the way that I see the world is not the way that everyone sees the world. And I don't know if they're just psychopaths or if it's like, this is all I got. I'll even say they probably have wide and varied reasons for wanting the power to just say, make 1,000 people's lives a lot worse for no reason. Like, they gotta have like some kind of internal justification. That just shouldn't really matter, right? What matters is that they just want to be sick freaks about it. And I guess we gotta hope that there are more ambitious altruists, right? That there are more people that are like, no, I'm going to seek power to not be a son of a bitch, damn it. And I'm going to find a way to convince people to vote for me as well, because I have to clear that hurdle, of course. It's democracy. I'm going to try and do all that. And it does kind of seem like maybe that's why so few politicians survive that process. Because even if you start with the best of intentions, you may certainly find yourself morphing into one of the creatures you sought to replace. Because, you know, I've had jobs. I generally want to keep those jobs. And most of the jobs that I've had have been pretty lame, if I'm being honest. So if you have a job that makes you literally an elite in the eyes of the law, I don't know, like, I could find some pretty rigorous mental gymnastics to justify why I need to still have that forever. I could definitely find some way to justify to myself, well, you know, it is kind of important that I always have this special elite status for myself and my loved ones. It is pretty important to me. Exactly. And I mean, that's also kind of the appeal of getting into the police, you know, being a part of the sheriff's department. You get to be a part of the gang. Like, that's kind of the best protection. And especially if you've lived in an environment where people have been, shall we say, negatively impacted by law enforcement, it definitely makes sense to be like, well, I don't want to be the one having the boot shoved down my throat. I'd rather be the boot. And as far as my material conditions have shown me, it's really just those two options. But, you know, we've spent extravagantly on these police. They want to do something. It's really boring to be a social worker. It's really boring to, you know, do the actual work of improving society. It's much more fun to play out all the fantasies, the power fantasies that we see on TV, specifically about police. Exactly. It's not even about unions or coalitions of workers, because police aren't workers. They are the legalized violence that enforces our society. And that's how every society functions. There are types of violence that are allowed, and there are types of violence that are not. And we all socially agree on that violence when we anoint keepers of that order, whatever we call them. And by whatever power they keep order, they will always be the sole legally recognized executors of doing violence unto others. But there is no society without violence, unfortunately. Somewhere along the way in any society, there will be a type of required violence. And the only question is, where do you draw the line? What do you legalize when it comes to violence? And I think that's where the original ideas for libertarianism began to come from, until people just started becoming right-wing psychos and calling themselves libertarian. So, like, these days, what used to be libertarian is a little bit more close to anarchists. And I love anarchists. Like, I would love to live in a society with no hierarchies. I'm not sure it's possible. I don't think it's actually possible. But I would like it to be. If there is a way to have a society better than ours, where there's no hierarchies at all, I'm for it. I'll vote for it or whatever. Like, if I see that, that's cool. But I feel like certain people, enough people, crave a hierarchy, even if it specifically harms them. Like, we've all seen with these hustle culture psychos, these grind set freaks, like, they look at being victimized by capitalism and say, well, I'm going to find a way to victimize others in that case. Like, they're stoked about it. So, like, there are people that crave hierarchies, even when it directly negatively impacts them. I'm not sure we'll ever be able to create a society where enough people don't yearn for a hierarchy that they can then oust the hierarchy enjoyers. Those sick hierarchy enjoying freaks. Since they'll always be around, I fear a perfectly anarchic society will forever elude us. But hey, I mean, the good news is once the neoliberals blow up the world, maybe the survivors will form small anarchist conclaves, and we can live that anarchist dream in what will effectively be a post-apocalypse. I hope that doesn't happen, but that's at least one way the anarchists can have their cake, I suppose. Ooh, this joint has a YouTube video for me. Well, here, let's finish up this one. Go ahead and link that one.
Crazy editing. Okay, but this is another story that's kind of interesting because I think this is going to be a big point of
oh, it's notorious sex pest Kevin Spacey.
Democracy? Democracy. Democracy isn't what these people need. Hell, it's not even what they want. America's been running around the globe trying to install democracies in nation after nation for a century.
Because we can undermine them.
One time.
Yeah, we've been trying to install those democracies specifically because we know how easy it is to undermine them as a foreign power. We want our geopolitical enemies to have democracy because it gives us the best chance of undermining them. That's literally the reason.
Now, why do you think that is? Because these countries don't have the most basic building blocks necessary to support a democracy.
Yeah, like ours.
Little things like we ought to be tolerant of those who disagree with us, or we ought to be tolerant of those who worship a different god than us, or
we don't
that
do that here
be
either.
able to disagree with a fucking president. And you think you can walk into this country based on fundamentalist religious principles, drop a couple of bombs, topple a dictator, and start a democracy?
That'd be nice for the American State Department.
People don't want freedom. They want rules, boundaries, protections from invaders and from themselves.
They want better material conditions.
Provide the constraints and the support to keep chaos at bay. And you give them that, and they'll follow.
Ah, but Kevin, what causes that strife? What makes that happen? Oops. Unfortunate. Man, I fell down the pit as well. Yes. Very funny how you could have the villain question the value of democracy when, you know, just thinking about it, right? Just in like the simplest possible terms, right? Has the Democratic Party, the only available option from the Conservative Party, moved closer to the left or the right in the last 8 years? Like, if anything, they're the new Republicans, and the Republicans are just like even crazier. And these are our two options. And it's like, yeah, democracy is great, dude. I mean, the concept of democracy is great. The way it's being executed in many countries is not. And it is kind of funny to be like, yeah, we're trying to do it to other countries because we somehow ideologically believe that it will benefit like the people or something. No, we're doing it because it makes it easier for us to disrupt them. In the same way, other countries try and disrupt our democracy. Like that's the reason why it's harder to say disrupt China's government, because it's not a democracy. Not really, but that's the thing, right? You can have democratic elements in an authoritarian government. You can have, you know, people that you elect within the one party government. And if that one party does more for you than any society with 2 or 3 or 4 political parties, why is that bad? Right? Like, plenty to criticize about China, but for a society whose government explicitly does not have any competition, where it's just the one party doing their one thing, they seem to be pretty focused on doing shit like putting in high-speed rail, developing housing, building cities, building technological infrastructure, farming, nutrition, building a good society. Oh, well, you know, there's repressive elements. Yeah, there are fucking repressive elements in our society as well, brother. Like, and we're the ones struggling to find a way to even do things like fix our bridges or modernize our power grids. Like, we can't even do basic fucking shit. And so, again, this is not a defense of a one-party government, an autocracy, whatever you'd want to call it. It's just an observation that the only government most of us that live here in the States have ever known has always held itself up as the best possible government. And I feel like there's a certain put up or shut up moment, right? Where it's like, okay, if you're the best, like, let's see some numbers, Jack. Let's see you really run up the scoreboard. It seems like you're saying you're number one, but you're struggling to even sink a single layup here, brother. So, like, if you're the best, show us you're the best. That's kind of where I'm at with American democracy. If it's so great, let's see it. Let's see it. And if it's going to consistently let down the side decade after decade, you know, maybe at a certain point we just make some changes to how this shit fucking works, you know? It doesn't have to stay the same forever. Most countries that have a constitution update it every few years. We've actually got one of the oldest constitutions in the world. Maybe it needs a little revision, a little updating, you know? Maybe it's time. I don't know. Just spitballing. I'm just throwing spitballs.
Tension and dispute and, you know, for a very long time is like, you know, it's like data privacy and all this stuff. Just like with the last story. In this next tech check story, what the hell is the thing called? Tech check. This next tech check story, it's kind of along the same lines as the last thing.
That's usually a bad sign.
Let's take a look at that. Okay, this story is about White Pages. White Pages is the latest data broker to be sued for allegedly flouting laws, barring the publication of home addresses and other personal information belonging to judges, police officers, prosecutors, and other law enforcement. A retired West Virginia police officer.
Exactly. It's not even just about grievance. It's about team sports. Like the whole supposed good thing about democracy, like the whole underlying supposed benefit is that you vote for someone. They are offering you something politically, and so you want that, and so you vote for them. And now, quite literally, at least in the United States, there are only two political parties, and both of them have only one reason to vote for them, and it's we're not the other party. You either like us or you don't like us. But if you don't want the other party to win, then you have to vote for us. You don't have a choice. You just have to pick one of us. And it was always that way. Like, you can find plenty of examples of this, like with the classic Simpsons episode with Clinton and Dole, for God's sakes. Like, who fucking remembers Bob Dole? I don't, and I should. He was alive when I was younger. He might even be alive now. No, he's surely dead by now. But the point is that neither of these parties are offering people a reason to vote for them. They are just saying, hey, we're not the party you hate. So either you'll vote for us or you'll suck an egg. That's all you got.
Filed a class action lawsuit against the company late last month for publishing his home address, a violation of a 2021 West Virginia statute known as Daniel's Law. Yeah, so I found this in an article from Tech.
God, it looks like Daniel.
Tech. Pendejo. What is the goddamn article called? Ex-cop wields law that only protects cops to sue data broker for selling his personal data. So yeah, if you read this article, it kind of has the same suspicion as expressed in the previous copy brief that I was just playing. You know, where the writer of this article is like, why do the cops have special privacy protections that normal people don't? But wait, hold on. What's the
I wonder why they have that.
Suing White Pages. Enter retired police officer Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
MJ, known for his famous singing style where he would go like this. So yeah, this has been a thing for a while, and this is only going to get more intense. Yeah, this is part of the internet and technology. You know, we don't really know the full implications of this. You know, having so much data on people, and spying on that data and all that communication, how much of that is going to be used to actually go after criminals, and how much is it going to be to kind of, you know, like Bobby Beery was saying, keep an eye on activists and all this kind of stuff. How much of it is going to be used for this? And exactly how much is it going to be used for this?
She spit on them.
Well, anyway, well, anyway, guys, it's Wednesday. You know, all right. That's what we say about Wednesday. All right. We look at Wednesday and we say, okay, on Wednesday,
I am having trouble doing a show.
Oh, also, if you live in...
Oh, and don't worry, Disjoint. I've got lots of love for the DSA. I'm not like some of my anarchist friends that are like, the DSA is useless. I think the DSA is actually pretty useful. It gives people a way to organize that wouldn't exist otherwise. But it's more a matter of the fact that there will never be a third party in this country. The way the system is set up now practically makes a third party illegal. Like, it pretty much makes it illegal. I think this is just a straight up better ring than the writhing ringworm, come to think. Cool. All right, cool. That was a pretty nice group. And yeah, I think I'll be equipping this ring because I think crit mastery ring is just straight up better than a haste mastery ring. I think that's just straight up better. But like, to complete my thought disjoint, I think this was what the Bernie candidacy was so useful in demonstrating, that even within the two established parties, there are basically completely legal systems that just allow them to choose whoever they want, regardless of who people vote for. And in that same way, these same parties have the legal authority to basically exclude other parties from the ballot. There we go. Burn it all down. That is certainly an appealing mindset. But the other thing is people, and I count myself among people in this, love their treats. And for as long as you are able to have a government that can provide sufficient treats, you will not get enough people that want to burn it down. That's indeed how our great nation has persisted for as long as it has. We've got the best treats. Really, nowhere in the world are they doing it like us when it comes to treats versus living conditions ratio. We've sacrificed so many living conditions to secure the absolute top shelf of treats. This is definitely the right call, right? Just a quick little comparison here. Yeah, that's pretty clearly the right call. It's close, but it is the right call. Okay, cool. Cool. Like, I'm not saying I want a dictatorship, but a dictatorship of the proletariat, you say? Keep talking. Keep on whispering
Texas,
that
it's
in my ear.
your last chance. I think it's your last chance to get tickets for the Denton, Texas live show.
Because that's the thing. In the same way, we've legally disempowered different political parties and different kinds of political action in this country, and we've empowered other kinds of political parties and other kinds of actions in this country. Like, we can just change those rules at any time. We're all just pretending to play by rules that we can see before our eyes are not working. And it's definitely telling when the people that have the money to just bunker up and let the world burn decide, yeah, we're going to just play that card. We're going to just let that happen. A lot of people love complaining about the amount of so-called crime and the amount of people they see living in the street and all that. And it's like, my brother in Christ, you created this problem by making basic human necessities like a pass-fail thing, right? Good old Kamala Harris, like, everyone deserves the chance to start a business. Everyone deserves a chance. Well, what if that chance fails you? What if you get your chance and it doesn't work out? That's where you end up. You end up doing crimes. You end up being on the street because this country promised you a chance. And when it didn't work out, it stopped giving a damn about you. You want to have a better society, you cannot leave this stuff up to chance. So whatever mechanism you have to use to make requiring that legal and make doing morally imperative things the law, that's the route you should go. I don't care what they call that government. I don't care what they use to justify its existence. But when you're just straight up taking care of people and not carving them up to be sold, bought and sold, not just literally, but also across all kinds of indexes and futures. 10% of people own 90% of all stocks, by the way. Like, our society is just rotten with this stuff that we could just get rid of by just making it the rule that, yeah, it's not cool anymore. We're going to go ahead and make it illegal now because that's how laws work. We can just decide that it's not going to be the case anymore. We can just decide it's over, baby. It's over. No more of that shit. We're shutting it down. Gotta make some more flasks. Play us out, RM. Play it out.
So if you live in the great state of Texas, where we say,
God bless you.
God bless you, Texas.
try to make it out.
Talk to you guys later.
Try to make it out.
Tron James here.
RM Brown says from Texas.
Just want to go ahead and, this is kind of hard for me, but I just wanted to apologize for my behavior on the show.
No, it's fine.
Dad messed up.
Yeah.
I messed up. Can't
It's okay.
people
We
make
all mess up,
mistakes?
man.
I made a mistake, and I embarrassed myself. But I'm
happens.
strong enough to admit that. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe people are calling me strong in the media.
Yeah.
I don't say it. People are saying it, and that's for them to say. That's for them to decide. That's for the people to decide. But if you want to decide, become a supporter of the show on Patreon for as little as
Yes, there's the plug-o. I'm so glad he's using the AI voice for the plug. That was my suggestion. I can't claim he's doing it because I suggested it, but I can say that I suggested it to him and he began doing it. So maybe I'm not to credit for it, but we at least had the same idea. Yep, exactly. These things are all worse because we've made them worse. I've said this before on stream, but our entire economic system is designed quite literally the same way as a roaring fire, where the fire needs fuel and oxygen to keep burning, and if it runs out of oxygen, it goes out. And then we had the bright idea to charge people for the oxygen. And it's like, hold on. What if people can't afford to buy the oxygen that feeds the fire that makes all this shit work? Aren't we like making a bad call here? If you guarantee people a certain baseline level of existence and even guarantee them a certain baseline level of income, they will happily pump oxygen into the fire of your economy. It's really not that hard. Like, and you could get away with a lot politically, by the way. I'm not saying that I would, welcome that either. This is not me trying to give notes to the politically unscrupulous, but if you can actually deliver on those fantastic material conditions and still have the treats that our country is known for, you could probably dog walk this country in pretty much any direction you wanted. You just have to take care of the fucking material conditions. That's all you have to do. It's so simple. Just solve the problem of people living miserable lives. And once that's over for them, oh boy. But that's the other thing. I think a lot of people have the genuine, morally held belief that if you have the chance and you fail, well, then you just deserve it. They're usually Christian, by the way. And it's like, yep, sorry, the light of the Lord did not smile on you, and so you get to spend the rest of your time on earth suffering. But don't worry, there's a paradise waiting for you after you pass on from this